Welcome to Collaboration Conversations. I'm your host, Regina Partain Bergman, CEO of Bridgeport Strategy and co-founder of the CEO Holy Grail. I am excited to have a new guest co-host with us today and the panelists that she's brought with her. So first of all, welcome, Sandy. So glad you're our co-host today. Would you unmute, please? And we're just thrilled to have you here today, Sandy.
There we go.
So
thank you,
awesome.
Regina, for the invitation.
Sandy and I were discovering and my pleasure. You discovered this week that you and I have known each other for 5 years. I was totally blown away by that when you sent me that. I couldn't imagine it had been that long. And so Sandy and I have had, we have done several things in the coaching world together. Sandy is the founder of IMAHustlerPreneur. And so, Sandy, why don't you take a moment, tell us a little bit about your journey getting to this place and who you serve and why that's important to you.
Well, I serve hustlerpreneurs and dreamers who want to get control of their business challenges financially and have a great cash flow. That's who I serve. My journey, I'm 72 years old. You don't want to hear the journey, but it's been an unusual one, especially in the last 15 years. It's been extremely unusual. And like you said, we've known each other for the last 5. And when we looked at that, it was like, as I confessed to you about a month ago, you kept me sane in the last 5 years, would not let me quit at all. I don't know how many times I wanted to quit. She's a chief fire control person. She keeps her feet to the fire and keep on keeping on. So I want to thank you for allowing me to come here. Did I answer all the questions?
You're good. You're good. Why is it important to you that you do what you do? You said you work with, hustlerpreneurs and dreamers. Why is that important to you?
To me, it's a God-given passion, God-given direction to take my trials and make them a testimony and to encourage other individuals who are having unusual lifestyles of surviving hardship to know that there is a land of milk and honey and how to get there. Because there is. I don't know how many. I had a brother that committed suicide, and I know what as a family, what we went through. And people commit suicides for crazier things, I think, sometimes, or whatever their reason at that time. And if I can spare somebody, let them know that there's always there's joy in the morning, because they do have within them the gift, a God-given gift, that they can turn the test into a testimony. That's why.
I like that. Turn the test into a testimony. I've not heard that, Sandy. That's awesome. Thank you. Well, as I said, I'm excited to have you here today and to hear from each of the guests that you've brought along. So would you please introduce each of them, have them share about their journey, who they serve and why?
I definitely will. And I'm going to tell you why they're important to me. All of them here, and there's one more missing. Hopefully he'll come online. If anybody's seen my post, I have a look of being pregnant, even at 72. getting ready to give birth to babies. And when you create something, they become babies. And these are my baby business coaches. Each one of them have collaborated with me in creating the business that I am a hustlerpreneur. Now I'm going to go one by one. Dr. Hollins, I'll introduce one by one and they give their information and then I'll go to the next one. Does that fair?
Yes, that's what we'd like. Thank you.
Okay. Now, Dr. Hollins is a friend of my work husband that I worked with for over 20 years, who passed a couple years ago, Dr. Ron Mueller. And he was a good friend of his, and now he's become a good friend of mine as well. Dr. Hollins, I introduced him to one of the products, and then in the last few months, he had to use the product, and he's now become, I would like to say, my spokesperson, because he brought forth some information. He is a wonderful speaker, and financial planner. I think that's what he's certified. So he'll tell you what he's all about. Dr. Hollins, unmute and let it go.
Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, everybody. The panel, Miss Regina and Sandy, thank you for allowing me to share, to be here with you. I've never used StreamYard before, so I'm an old school guy. I'm actually a Vietnam veteran. I've been around for quite a while, and I'll tell you this: I've been in this business because I am trying to pursue the opportunity to educate people financially. Because I find out that so many people that really they try to go through life being entrepreneurs, they do things, but they really don't have any coaching, any direction. So I have been into this financial arena since 1980. I had my first license in securities and insurance back during the day. My coach at that time, you guys probably all know him. His name was Art Williams. Art Williams was one of the most renowned person there was. He was ahead of his time. Now he's passed away now, and he put something on my mind back then that I wanted to share with everybody. He said everybody needs an option. We all want the same thing. And my first book that I wrote, it was called The Mistake Retirees Make with Their Finances. Mm-hmm. And that book, and I used to use it at all my workshop because I found out everybody's doing it all wrong. And just for some reason, we work 30 and 40 years of our lives and we still end up doing it the wrong way. After that, I had a chance to join a company called Helping Build Wealth. I actually still have this book right here, Helping Build Wealth. And it's called The 7 Questions and Answers That Everyone Should Know. There's 7 steps in how to build your financial house. It's kind of like building a house. You always start laying the slab and you start building from the foundation up. But most of us, we all build from the roof. We start at the top. We talk about investment. We talk about college planning. We talk about all the things that we should be the last thing on your mind. And we don't start at the bottom. I'll share some of it with you guys later, but that's a little bit about me, and I'm glad to be here. Thank you.
And thank you for your service.
You're welcome.
Sandy?
The next one I'm going to introduce is Ricky. He said Ricky H. Ricky Way. I think I got it right.
Ricky Wynn.
Win. Okay, I got the wrong W part. Okay.
Yeah.
Ricky and I've known each other for at least, 3 or 4 years, Ricky?
Yeah, maybe on 5 years. Yeah. Quite a bit.
Oh, man, I've known everybody 5 years.
Yes.
That's interesting. Riyadh, I know you're not. Okay. Ricky is responsible for my baby's birth of, I call it Let's Connect business cards. And he's really got a brain when he put this one together. This is his baby. I had to Google him to find out some more details about him. And then when I confronted him about it, he confessed, yeah, he's the owner of it. But he's got some good stuff. It's really nice. And he is patient with me as well. I think all the people I'm working with have to be patient with me, don't they? Hey, Ricky, go ahead and tell him what you do. He's a great collaborator.
Well, thanks for the intro, Sandy and Regina and Dr. Hollins and Rhea. It's a pleasure to be here and be invited to the show here. Just a little bit about myself. My story starts as just like Dr. Holland. He's a Vietnam veteran. Appreciate the service. I was actually a Vietnam immigrant. That's my story. I don't remember too clearly, but I was about 4 years old first of all, my mom died when I was 2. I never knew my dad, and I went to live with my grandparents. And when the whole communists took over, burned down my grandparents' shop and that they had for 50 years as an entrepreneur, and they sold whatever they had and threw us in me, my sister, and my uncle, which is their youngest son, in a boat. And I the only thing I can remember is sitting in this sardine boat with blue interior and going to, I guess, America. And we ended up in Illinois. Long story short, that's my why. in terms of being an entrepreneur. I feel that my grandparents risked so much, right, to give us a future here. Um, that I owe it to them to do the best I can. And they've been an entrepreneur all their life, and that's what inspired me to be an entrepreneur as soon as I was in my early 20s. So I've been an entrepreneur for over 2 decades now, and I'm loving it. The business that I'm in now is marketing, branding, automation. But I started this mobile business card concept in 2013, which is about 11 years ago, and that's how I met Sandy. She came across our service, and I actually got into that business, developed that product by mistake, because in fact I was doing marketing of several other type of marketing, and I couldn't get to the decision maker whenever time I visit businesses. And one of the things I thought about was that what if I was able to email them a mobile business card, right, where they can see, so to get them through email, stuff like that. So I created a kind of like I rig a mobile business card up. This is 11 years ago when the smartphone revolution just started. And then people start seeing it. Like, wait, how do I get one of those, Ricky? How do I get? I'm like, oh wow, this, and that's how the product was born. Actually, it was not intentionally like, oh, I'm going to go start a mobile business, a service company, but it evolved through the years, and we've served thousands of entrepreneurs through the years, and now we have a white label reseller program, which is how Sandy, she became a customer as a regular customer using our service, and then she found out that we had this opportunity, and that's how she became it. And we really appreciate her and our reseller partner out there. That's a little bit about what I do.
Awesome. Thank you, sir. And
yeah.
Wow, the challenges that you've experienced. Our heart goes out to you.
Thank you.
Really, I learned something I didn't know about Rick, and usually I get to know a lot about people when I do business with him. Yeah, Ricky, I'm glad to learn that part now. Wow. Yeah. Okay, and now Riyadh. I'll tell you, I have to confess, I'm in love with Riyadh. Riyadh and I argue by texting back and forth. He's a great marketing person, great graphics. I'll wait till you see the website. You'll see why he's the one of the business baby coaches. He does some great work, and but we argue. And here's the statement I always say about Riyadh: if he was 70 plus years old, single, and a born again Christian, it'd be all over, all over.
Are you blushing, Riyadh?
That's how much I'm in love with him. But his wife would have a problem, so that goes back. And I respect him for his faith. He's talented. He'll tell you everything that he does. He and I do argue, but he's usually right. But every once in a while, 90% he's right, and I get 10%, I think. Right, Riyadh?
Mm-hmm. So it happens in business when I have more experience with the technology and new digital age, so it happens. Thank you so much for having me here, inviting me, and hello everyone again. It's clear that I'm the youngest in this room, and I don't have a.
Yes, you are.
I don't have a long range of experience like you all do. My life is short, my career is short, and the best part is still ahead. That's what I'm believing, and I'm working on it. But in short, I am a hustlerpreneur, and I think that the company Sandy founded, I'm a hustlerpreneur. I think I have the qualities in me of being a hustlerpreneur. I started my career as a graphic designer back in 2016, and forward working 3 years as a graphic designer and marketing elements designer, I realized that there are bigger challenges to grow a business other than graphic design. And that made me to switch my career from a graphic designer to a digital marketer. And now uh, I am having marketing experience. At the same time, I am good at graphic design. So I know how to make your business and marketing materials look beautiful. At the same time, how to get more eyeballs onto your marketing. Thank you.
Excellent. Sandy, you're muted.
And by the way, Riyadh is in Bangladesh.
Yes.
Mm.
I'm in
That,
Bangladesh.
What time is it there right now?
It is 3:20 a.m.
Okay.
And you're still here with us. We
Yeah,
love you, Riyadh.
appreciate that for sure.
now, should I introduce Regina, who's my business coach?
Sure, Sandy, go
Business
for it.
coach. Because Regina, after I get everything done, I have to dump to her, and then she kicks me back out and say, "You're doing it right, or you might want to consider this." Come on, Regina, come forward.
Well, I am just, and I think Jason has just joined us. I'm just going to add to something Sandy said a little bit ago about holding feet to the fire. I tell all my clients that they need to put on their asbestos shoes because I am going to hold their feet to the fire. And so Sandy's worn out a few pairs of asbestos shoes.
Mhm.
Sandy, I'm going to turn it back over to you to introduce Jason. And welcome,
Okay.
Jason.
Jason, now you're supposed to give an introduction. I'm going to introduce you, and then we'll turn it back over to Regina. Jason is the platform, has a platform on which everything at I Am a Hustlerpreneur is at. I think that's it. I think I'm saying it right. But Jason, he and I've only known each other for a year or a little under a year. And I was ready to leave GHL, go high level. And he is a salesperson personified, as well as a professional bookkeeper. I'm not a bookkeeper, but a professional marketer. He's really, really awesome. And he's a business baby coach as well, because not only the platform, and I came to him because I wanted a CRM to be added to the Let's Connect business cards. And he says, okay, but listen, how about the launch pad? And I have a team here that will help teach you and help you integrate. And Jason, take it over.
Sandy, thank you. It's been a fun year. Actually, I think it's been more like 2 years, even though it may not seem like it with life's twists and turns, how fast we move. I did retire from a sales career where I learned how to be a trusted advisor. I learned how to take care of my customers so well that they brought me more customers. So when you started telling me about your business and helping other people birth their businesses and get them to success, I had to be here because that's where I realized all those skills of developing, understanding what people want. That's one of my passions, is working with somebody who really wants to add some value to the world and help coach them so that way they have so much value that the person that they're looking to serve doesn't hesitate to say yes. Now that's the idea. If you can overcome any objections, if you can deliver that value and just get people to understand it at the pure point of what it is that they're doing with you, whether it's a time investment or a monetary investment, what the outcome is. I was able to build a life that was my dream life, right? No more 9 to 5, retire early. And I realized that if I'm able to do it, so can other people. So it's just all about showing up, understanding people's value, and putting the right tools and resources together so that people can be seen and heard. So thank you for letting me be here.
Jason, you're young too. You're what? Have you hit 35 yet?
Oops.
You disappeared.
I actually have to rejoin real quick. I don't know what happened with my speaker. I couldn't hear. I'll be right back.
All right.
Okay.
Come right on back. So,
But yeah, he's in Florida, by the way.
he's in Florida.
I think. Now I know he lives there sometimes, but he's all over the place. I mean, he travels, he does. So, okay, it's back to you, Regina.
All right. So here's where I want us to begin this conversation. We've all worked, myself included, worked with Sandy to help her develop the tools that she needs to grow her business and to birth the elements of it, right? So what counsel do you have for other business owners as to how they can create their own collaborative team to enhance the growth of their business? How do people do what Sandy's done here? How do they create a team that's going to propel them to the next level? And I welcome all your thoughts on that. So just unmute and share.
All right. Well, I guess I'm the senior on here, so I'll take that privilege.
Awesome.
Let me go for this. Being in business for over 35 years myself, and just being out as an entrepreneur, I worked at a company when I got out the military, and I went to work to learn. I never went to work to earn money, even though there's a monetary value to it. But my objective was to learn. I want to know what they were doing and how to run the place. And as I got out and finally branched out on my own, if I had to give anybody any advice as an entrepreneur or hustlepreneur, that's the first thing is, and I learned this from an old coach friend of mine, Coach Raymond Barry. And he always told me, he says, never about the quarterback. He was a football player. I don't know if you guys know Coach Barry, and he said, it's never about the running back. It's never about the coach. He said, it's always the owner. If there's ever a problem in the company or in a team or pulling the team together, it's the owner. So with the team, it's always the leader. People don't want to follow people that don't know where they're going.
Amen.
And they're just all over. And I'm going to tell you, people want to be directed. They're used to, it's kind of like, how do you herd cats? They all go in every place. You got to get them all in one spot.
Yeah.
But they will follow somebody that they know. So here's the first key. People need to get to know you. Just like right now, we're talking here and getting to know everybody. And Ricky, I'm really glad to meet you, because I probably remember that era somewhere. I know why we were there. Yes. A lot of people don't know why we were there.
Absolutely. But you probably know more about Vietnam than me. Yeah.
Yeah. So
that's true. I love talking to Vietnam veterans like yourself, because I hear stories that I never knew,
Yes, sir. Well, I just left Thailand. I was just there a few weeks ago, just right across the border, and I'm a traveler. So I move around since I retired a lot. But my whole point is this: get to know. People need to get to know you. I heard Jason kind of said something, and people, if they know you, and now, so here's the thing though, what Coach Barry told me, he said, now they first got to know you. Now, just because they know you, they might not like you. You got to get people to the point where they like you. So you got to collaborate with them. You got to win them over. A good coach with the team wins the team over. They will play for that coach. So you got to get to know you. Then they got to like you. And once they like you, you got to develop, Jason Hayes said again, that trust. If they don't trust you, I don't care how well they know you. I don't care how much they like you. If they don't trust you, they're not going to work with you. So my 3 points is know, like, and trust. And that's what I brought to my business. And I'll tell you, I didn't have a problem becoming the #1 salesperson with some of the biggest companies out there. I live in Texas, and I'm in Houston, Regina. I'm in Houston.
We'll have to get together.
Yes, we do. And I'll tell you, I just enjoy what I do. I enjoy traveling. I enjoy people. I enjoy helping people. And I enjoy helping people learn. So, guys, that's a little bit about me. I'm going to give it to somebody else. Thank you.
If I could just comment on that for a moment. Part of what I hear in that, Dr. David, is that you've got to be a good leader.
Yes, ma'am. That is it.
A good leader. Yeah. Okay. Who else would like to share? Thank you, David.
You're very welcome.
Who else?
All right. So if I'll take next one here. So going to your question, Regina, regarding how does one build a team, and you remind me of something I learned many years ago. that we all are influenced by two things in life, two major things in life. And this is a philosophy that I live by and build my life and my business around. And those two things are that we are greatly influenced by. One is the books we read. Okay. Two is the people that we surround ourselves with. It all comes down to what we read and who we hang out with most. It's what builds our mindset and builds our circle. So to build a team that can take it to the next level and grow, you have to have the right mindset to attract the right people. If your thinking is not at the right place, you can never attract high achiever into your life. And the people that you hang around with, sometimes we have to stop and look like, are these the right people? And sometimes, unfortunately, some of our family members, we have to kind of distance ourselves a little bit because it doesn't align with what we want to do. So to build a team, I think is a very crucial to always have the right mindset, which comes from reading, right? As I mentioned earlier, my background, I barely graduated high school. I had to grow up very fast because my uncle was in a sandwich generation, two older parents, niece and nephew. I was in between where I had to grow up. The moment I turned 16, I had to, help out with the household. So I didn't have an opportunity to have mentor or pay for mentor or surround myself with mentors. So somehow I learned that I can have a mentor by tapping into the books. So I spend most of my time in Barnes and Nobles, in bookstore in the business section, and that's how the books became my mentor first in life, in my early life, and then I attracted other people, professionals and successful entrepreneurs like you guys. So that's kind of my take on how to build a team and surround yourself.
Excellent. Excellent.
Wow.
Thank you. Thank you. Jason, did you have something? Yes, please unmute and share.
Sure. Everything the good doctor and Ricky said, spot on. You definitely want to get that know, like, and trust. You definitely have to have the right circles, the right things that you're putting into yourself. I always tell people to watch the people they're hanging out with, watch the music, watch the TV, watch the news even that you're allowing into your body. The energy, one of the things I talk about in the No More 95 Club, especially for an entrepreneurial journey, you don't know how much you don't know until you find out what you don't know. And you're really going to be opening up a box. So if you're stepping into this world of entrepreneurs, get ready to have an open mind. Get ready to love to learn. That love for learning, that lifelong love for learning is essential to us being able to close any gaps to excellence in us as people first and foremost. Because everybody watching this, I want you to remember, you leader, you the CEO, you can't wear all the hats in your business. You can't do all the service. You can't become an expert in every single part of the business that you need. I know I don't want to be. I don't have enough years to invest in mastering everything all of my amazing virtual assistants and partners and mentors bring to the table. But instead, when we allow people to bring the value and be the light that they are and just learn how to work together and collaborate, well, that's what society's about ever since we started sitting around a fire and taking care of each other. So just remember to take care of you yourself as the CEO of a new business. Make sure that you are rested, you are at your A game, ready to learn and ready to grow, because it is going to be a fun journey if you allow it to be. Remember, it's not always the destination, but the journey that you should be enjoying.
I can remember when I had my first management position, I was working at a credit union. And I remember driving home one day thinking, it really is lonely at the top, because I didn't have a team around me that I could turn to. Didn't have folks like Sandy has here in this room that I could go to for advice and counsel. And so, yeah, this keeps us from being isolated, doesn't it? And having those concerns. Riyadh, your thoughts?
My thought about building a team is like, uh, as a person who leads a team here in Bangladesh, I have people working with me from different part of the country and in this office as well. So it's it's always hard to find the the person for your team who actually wants to grow
Mm,
with you, who actually see the vision that you see. Because people who wants to work, they either want to work for money, which is salary, and the second thing, they want to work with you for the position you have in the market. So while you are building a team, I'm not saying that all the coaches that we have in this room, I'm talking about the video editor in the team, I'm talking about the graphic designer in the team, I'm talking about the email marketer in the team. These people, they those people needs to be smarter than you in their craft. And
yes.
it's hard to work with all the smart people because they have their own narrative, they have their own views and everything, and they always keep clashing. And as a leader, I think it's my job to make them work together. And I'm inspired by Jack Ma, because Jack Ma said the same thing. It's hard to work with smart people. And if you are the leader of the team, you need to be a facilitator and let them work together.
Excellent. Excellent. Sandy, how have you gone? I mean, you've got people from all over the world here. How did
Isn't that nice?
Yeah, it's awesome.
I get to travel when I get this thing going. I can travel to all these places, and
I know, and I know you're looking forward to that. How did you manage to bring together such a diverse crew, a diverse group of people that are helping you, help people understand what you had to go through to do that, to get this amazing team that's
I'm
sitting
look,
with us.
I'm looking. A lot of them, I hate to say it, they just dropped into my lap. And then we could communicate. That's one thing everybody said. Everything that everybody said is true. It's true. But we had conversations. Riyadh had to fight me at first. I mean, hook, line, and sinker.
He's nodding his head.
He really did. He really did. Because I think we met up through Messenger. And then the trust. And then the love. Then the work. I mean, seriously. Dr. Hollins, he came from my work husband who passed. And then he was there. And then Jason, and then Ricky. I mean, all of them, they just came from nowhere. And you, how did we hook up?
I don't remember.
Anybody can remember how we hooked up, and then go from there. But Ricky, after hearing his story, and I feel so ashamed because usually I get all of this back history from everybody. I know you had bed and breakfast, Dr. Hollins, and what his journey is, and Jason's a multimillionaire, and he sells, and he's in Florida, and all of this. I don't know his back history, but and he's from the islands and all of that. And Riyadh, he got married on me. And then, and he's young. But he's a survivor too, because his brother passed years ago and he's taking care of his family. I've been with him on his journey. I mean, but they're all smarter. Like Riyadh said, they're smarter than me. I know who to go to when I have a problem. They're available to me. I know how. I love it because it's around the world. Because and they know my habits. Oh my Lord, do they know my habits? I could wake up at 1 o'clock and Riyadh said, "Oh, you had to do a bathroom run." I mean, I know that seems really weird, but he knows my habits. Or at 4 or 5 o'clock, you go out and get your walk done. I mean, seriously, everybody almost knows me. So how did I get it? They dropped in my lap. God directed. Okay. And we love each other. We really do.
Yes.
We really do.
Yes.
I love
Sandy, if I may, I'd like to just jump up one more time.
Please.
There's so much I can tell you. I'm just listening to you guys talk, but the journey along the way, and I just want to plant this. I don't know who's watching and who can hear this, but I want to tell you something. Time you can't get back.
Amen.
One of the things I've learned in life as I age in life, and I'm older than a lot of you guys might think I am, okay? And I will tell you this, and it's something called don't burn yourself out, because you can burn yourself out trying to do everything by yourself. And remember this, things change. Be willing to change. Be willing to accept change. A lot of us get stuck in our old ways and we don't want to change. We don't want to move to new technology. We don't move. I talked with a gentleman the other day. He was 65 years old. He told me, he said, why do I need one of these? Why do I need to learn about how to get on the phone? I said, are you kidding me? This is the future. Now, I said, now you can use this if I can use it. So let me just tell you a little something. I want to say this because it's about the journey and it's about the people you meet, people you touch along the way. Because when it's all over and in the end, all you got is that journey. You got that memory. So here's what I'm going to tell you. Ladies and gentlemen, I am 77 years of age. I have never stopped learning. I will never stop learning. And I'm always open to change. I'm here looking at lots of young guys on the platform here now. And Ricky, I keep looking at him and the power he have. I got to definitely have what he got. I need that. I need the tools. I'm willing to change, to learn, and to grow. And people, don't forget, it's always the people that you touch along the way. That's all I got. Back to you.
Awesome.
I just want to add on what Sandy was saying, that we fell into your lap, and I think it's easy, easy way to say, but truly we did not come into your life by accident, that easy. And the reason is, I always believe that we get what we focus on. We get what we focus on. You know, all these years that I've known you, Sandy, you are a true hustlerpreneur, like, which is your brand, right? You've been focused on business. You've been focused on generating income. You've been focused on surrounding yourself that can get you to that focus. And that's the reason why we manifested in your life, right? Whatever we focus on is what we get. If you did not focus on business, we would not be in your life right now. I assure you. It just doesn't happen, because even if we came into your life, you would have not hold us, because it was not in alignment of what you're focusing on. Yeah. So we all here because we all have a focus in business and love what we do, and we share a very common thread here, and that's why we are in each other's sphere, I guess, the world. Yeah. So, but it's an honor to know you, Sandy.
Oh, hey, listen, you guys, I'm going to say this real quick too. And I know for me to say something quick is unusual. But
Sandy, can you hold for just a second? We've got some noise coming through from somewhere, folks, so if we could all mute when we're not speaking, then, because I'm not sure where it's coming from.
Oh, I think that came from Jason. His beautiful backyard.
He's in Florida. He's in Florida.
Yeah.
And he's got the wind or something down there. But you know what? I love all of you guys. I want you to know I pick on Riyadh because he's just fun to pick with. But I love each one of you in so many ways. You don't know how much I appreciate each one of you guys. Jason, I mean, you get after my case all the time. I mean, every one of you get after me one way or the other. And I take it with a listening point. I listen. I think y'all know I listen. And I usually make a step as a result of what you've said to me. So you're all important to me. Yeah. That's
we had our moment too, Sandy.
Oh,
right?
Always.
You know, and there's a saying, conflict is growth. Yep. Right. So meaning that when you have conflict, you have an opportunity to discuss and grow from that. So without conflict, there's no growth. So like, as a parent to kids, some parents, like, they always want to, do not have conflict. But when you have conflict, that's a growing process. When you're in the meeting room, two executives have conflict, that means that they're going to work. The key is to be willing to have conflict and work and compromise so we can grow. Yeah.
Listen. I may be a leader in some aspect, but I'm also led by each one of you. I mean, I remember when I was going over to the platform to have the CRM integrated with my Let's Connect business cards. and I showed you what was going on. You said, Sandy, I think it's going to be a mistake if you do it this way. I think you need to do it this way. And I listened. And guess what? We did exactly what you suggested. Jason was there. Everybody has said. Then I sent Riyadh in there. I said, Riyadh, make me look good. Make me look good. Make the breathing all look together. You got to go see the site. You got to see the site. My babies, when they're ready to be birthed and released 100%, because I'm still checking all the connections. I mean, and Jason's got a wonderful team there. I'm serious. I'm falling in love with all of his workers. I guess I love everybody. I guess that's the easy part.
And one of the things that I appreciate about Sandy as well with this team is that she knows all of your strengths. And when we're in a coaching session, Sandy and I make a suggestion, Sandy, I really think this might be better if you do it this way. She knows exactly who she's going to call on for that. She's okay. I'll get my people on that. I'll get so-and-so on that. And she knows exactly who to go to get the results that she wants. So she has truly worked at building a team of people to help her grow this business. And I appreciate all of you being there to support her, because I love this lady. We've been down some roads over the last 5 years, and she's amazing. And I love being a part of what she's creating. So
You love my babies.
You. Say that again.
You love my babies.
I love your babies.
Everybody's got to go see my babies. We're going to have a birthing party soon, because it's really, really looking good. It's really, really, really looking good.
Awesome.
It's going to be on an awesome platform, and fixing it so that when people respond, it just automatically goes out. It's just, oh, I'm telling you that. And Chatty, too bad Chatty can't be here.
Oh, yeah, but too bad Chatty can't be represented here today.
Chatty GPT, she and I are getting the really, and we ought to go, is that Chatty or you, Sandy?
Yeah, your new best friend is Chatty.
Oh, yes. Chatty's there with me, so yeah. So
this has been awesome. I appreciate all the wisdom that you've shared and helping people to know how they can create a team like Sandy has created. Because we can't do it alone.
No,
it's not possible to be successful and do it alone. You can do it alone, but you're going to burn out. You're not going to build the business that you want to have, and it's not going to be what you were dreaming of. So we need to surround ourselves with people who can help us. And Sandy's done an excellent job of that. So folks, we're going to move into our wrap-up round. If you've not yet put your information into the private chat, I think, Jason, you might be the only one. If you'll put your contact information into the private chat, we'll share that out as we go forward. So Sandy is going to lead our wrap-up round, and she's going to call on each of you for your final thoughts on collaboration and your contact information. So we'll get that published out into the comments section. And we've had a comment here. Let's see what that is. Someone from Current Affairs said, great to see you all.
Current Affairs.
Someone
Wow.
here may know who that is. I don't know who that is.
Don't know.
All right, Sandy. Take it away, Sandy.
Okay, I'm going to go on my screen. Dr. Hollins, you want to talk about, now what were they supposed to do?
They're supposed to share their final thoughts on collaboration.
Okay, final thoughts on collaboration. Okay, yes. Dr. Hollins.
All right. Well, first of all, I was going to say again, thank you for this platform. Thank you for allowing us to share today. But, the key to building a good team is surround yourself with the right people. And I heard it, and I want to say it as well. You can't say the wrong thing to the right person. And you got to always remember, sometimes you got to distance yourself from people that's in your circle, because everybody in your circle is not there to help build you. A lot of people want to find a way they can tear you down. People are going to talk about you when you do good. They're going to talk about you when you do bad. They say, I told you couldn't do it. And when you do good, they're still going to talk about you. So surround yourself with the right people. And if you feel the wrong people are in your circle, distance those people, dust your sandals, move on to the next one, because you know what? They're out there. Yeah. Surround yourself with the right people. That's all I got. Thank you.
Great advice.
Thank you for being here, Dr. Hollins. I know you're going to be on the road. You said you're going to be in Las Vegas And I'm going to see if I can get out there to see you and your wife this weekend somehow or the other. But thank you for being here today. Jason, your turn.
Hey, I actually got guests walking up here. My buddy Joey from Happy Farms is coming up as I'm in our own cabin at our Airbnb, which is one of our many passive income streams. And my advice for people that are going to start a business, right, that are going to go on this entrepreneurial journey is to really make sure you have the right foundation. Measure twice, cut once. You know, like the good doctor said, you want to make sure you have the right people around you. You're putting the right things into your mind, your soul, your spirit. And one of the things that brought all of us to Sandy is her intentions, her confidence. She knew where she was going in life, and she was going to make sure she got there. And that's why she brought all of us in here, like with a lasso. Come on over. I got a plan and I need your help. And you need to have that same confidence. So, you know, we're going to be offering some of our trainings, making sure people have the right foundation, because when you go up in the world to do business with other business owners, it's important that people know, like, and trust you. It's important that they love and remember you too. And it's important for you to show up right. And we're here to make sure you do that. So thank you.
Jason, I want to thank you for coming. I really do be a part of this panel. My collaboration team, my baby business coaches, really appreciate that. Ricky, your turn, my friend.
All righty. First of all, I want to say thank you for the invite again to this panel here. It's been really eye-opening and learned a lot from every one of you guys. I want to say, before I get into your question about collaboration, thought is Sandy, like I mentioned, I've known her for a handful of years, probably 5 years, and she is quite an inspiration for me. And here's why. If any of you know her, you know her story in the last 5 years. It's been, not the best, smoothest ride, right? And she'd be the first to tell you that. And very open, to share with you. And, that's even more reason why I feel she's a very strong human being and also an entrepreneur for what she's been through. And here she's standing and having the energy to put all this together to me, is a huge inspiration, Sandy. So kudos to you on that. My last thought on building a team, collaboration. I think that everybody mentioned all the right points to build a team. Having the right mindset, building trust, surround yourself with the right people. One of the last thing I want to add is my goal as a founder and business owner, and as any leader, I think my goal is very simple: be the least important person in my business. And that's the thing. A lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of business owners, they always forget that they have to wear so many hats. They have to be the most. If you're the most important person in your team, there's a problem. There's a problem. So my goal is always looking for my business. How can I be the least important person in my team? And only through that achievement of being the least important person in your team, then you can surround yourself with people better than you, right? That take on the role that you need to take on and build a team. All right. So thank you, everyone. That's my last thought there.
Thank you, Ricky.
Yeah.
Thank you so very much. Okay, Mr. Riyadh. So you can go back and get some sleep for 2 hours before you get up and go to work.
Yeah, I'm just thankful for giving me this to here, and with all the people that are here, Mr. David Hollins, Ricky, and Jason. So I learned a lot from you guys, and that's what I want to say. Thank you.
Collaboration.
Yeah.
Hey, folks, listen. Once we get this, if you want any excerpts, guess what? I can get them cut out for you. Just leave it up. Or if you want certain parts of it, Riyadh can do it. His team, he's got a team. Collaboration.
Yeah.
Regina, I'm throwing it back into your hands.
Well, actually, we want to hear from you as well, Sandy. Your final thoughts, anything else you'd like to add, and your contact information.
Well, my contact is IMAHustlerPreneur.com. That's the best way to find me. We're going to be connected. You want to hook up for the birthing, because we're going to have a birthing. Gotta have, and it's painful. Trust me. I've given birth to 4 boys, so trust me, it's painful, but I love it. And see that collaboration. Oh, I couldn't make it this far because I can't wear that many hats. I really can't. I mean, the experience that comes into this. Can you imagine this? Oh, and the communication and all of that. When you see my website, they tell me what couldn't be done, but it's been done. And then when they see the whole picture, they say, "Oh, why didn't I think of that?" And that's okay because I have a vision, and I really appreciate each and every one that's here. I really do. I really do. And Regina, I'm telling you, I've had crying sessions with her because she's kept me sane. When I realized that I had for like the last 2 years, I was severely depressed. And it wasn't until afterwards I saw where I came from and how my attitude had changed. And I'm thinking, wait a minute, she knew it and didn't tell me I was depressed. But I realized after the fact I was really severely depressed, and they kept me sane. She and we have a little group of women that get together. Nah, I couldn't be here without that and God. Really. Collaboration. Personified, magnified. That's it. Yeah.
Awesome.
That's it.
Thank you again, Sandy. This has been great. What great wisdom has been shared in the show today, and hopefully some of our listeners, our viewers, are enriched by it. They can see how they can make their business grow faster, grow better. You know, that old proverb of, you know, if you want to go, how's that? If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go, what is that?
I've heard it, but the thing is, you know what? Speed is interesting because this sounds like 5 years in the making, but when you see what's done, I believe all the trials I've had made it better.
Yeah, absolutely. That we grow in the times of trial. We don't grow when things are smooth.
And also, it's like the Edison thing. You know how many ways it doesn't work? The light bulb. I can tell you.
Yeah.
Okay. So I've been there, done it. If you wanted a shortcut, ask me. I've got some ideas.
Yeah. So thank you all for being on the show today. I want to thank our viewers for watching and listening. And wherever you're seeing this, if you like it, you know, please like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you next time on Collaboration Conversations. Bye for now.
Bye.